and he served on the advisory committee for immunization practices for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and the Committee on Infectious Diseases of the Academy of Pediatrics, AAP. He has never been anything but a strong advocate for vaccinations and adherence to the AAP's and CDC's immunization protocols. The summer 1999 issue of Hepatitis Control Report, featuring Dr. Halsey's findings and opinions, stated, "Pediatricians who continue to administer thimerosal-containing vaccines could face a flurry of lawsuits, perhaps claiming that children had acquired learning disabilities from mercury exposure." He didn't know just how prescient this statement was. I am writing this forward some weeks after the Vaccine Court, the name the press uses for the U.S. Court of Federal Claims, which handles compensation to those people who claim injury from vaccines, issued an award to a family whose daughter developed autism after a series of vaccines. And just this week, that same court is considering the cases of nearly 5,000 other families whose children developed autism after vaccination. Yes, most vaccines have much less mercury, but wait until the evidence against aluminum in vaccines becomes common knowledge. The body of research regarding aluminum's harm to human cells already contains hundreds of articles, but the most damning conclusions were recently published by Dr. Robert Sears, a very well-known and well-respected pediatrician and the son and partner of Dr. William Sears, long regarded as America's pediatrician. Using the numbers he gathered from the FDA's own data and website, Dr. Sears points out the unbelievable difference between the acknowledged toxic dose for a baby, 20 micrograms, and the amount found in the hepatitis B vaccine given on the day of birth, 250 micrograms. At 2 months of age, this same infant could receive immunizations containing as much as 1,875 micrograms of aluminum. This is disgraceful and dangerous, and Dr. Sears goes on to say that his instinct was to assume that the issue had been properly researched and that studies had been done on healthy infants to determine their ability to rapidly excrete aluminum. No studies have been done. None. He and we can conclude what scientists have known for a long time. Evidence has existed for years that aluminum in amounts this large is harmful to humans. We can only guess that harm that we might be causing to babies with these huge overdoses of aluminum. In mid-2008, Dr. Bernadine Healy finally spoke up. Dr. Healy is the former head of the United States National Institutes of Health, NIH, and a key member of the Institute of Medicine. Referring to the association between thimerosal vaccines and autism, Dr. Healy said, "I think public health officials have been too quick to dismiss the hypothesis as irrational without sufficient studies of causation, without studying the population that got sick." I believe she's just one of many intelligent doctors and scientists who know that we need to study the link between vaccines and autism and other neuroimmune disorders. Like many of you and like some of my colleagues, I'm extremely concerned about what has caused the tremendous increase in autism and related disorders over the past decade. The presumption that doctors are much better at diagnosis is absurd and unscientific. I know that I'm not 400 or 800% smarter than I was years ago. The truth is that we have to look much harder at what happens when we directly and repeatedly inject toxic material into babies, toddlers, and children. The benefits for most healthy children are easily matched or outweighed by the risks of the immunization schedule used by almost all pediatricians. Some of our vaccines have outlived their usefulness in the United States and elsewhere, and others need reformulation to make them safer for those families who want their children to receive them. Additionally, pediatricians and the medical community at large have to begin listening very closely to parents who know their children better than we do. Last, but far from least, we have to support and reinforce the intelligent and fiercely held hope